drama between Caleb Hammer and Scott Shafer is either just getting started or wrapping up. Depends really on what Caleb decides to do from this point on. If he sues Scott Shafer like he threatened to do. And honestly, in the beginning of this video that we'll look at, Scott Shafer does a pretty good job of talking about this and, seeing what actually went on, because originally, obviously, I made a video reacting to what was going on between these two. And on that video, there was so many people commenting like, Caleb doesn't have to respond to this. Caleb doesn't have to do this. Oh, he's the greatest person in the world. When it wasn't anything about that, right? It was about, like, why wouldn't you want your side out there? Why would you threaten to sue someone? And why would you be happy about suing someone publicly, right? Usually when people do these kinds of scare tactics, when somebody says, I'm going to sue you, that's exactly what it is just a scare tactic, because they don't want you to do whatever you're doing. Typically, when someone is going to sue you, they don't tell you they're going to sue you. You just get served and you are being sued, right? So when someone says, don't do this or I'm going to sue you, then they're probably not going to sue you, and they're probably going to use it as a scare tactic. Now, in this street, could Caleb sue Scott Shafer? Yeah, absolutely, right? He could. I think that would be the worst decision for him, because no one in this social media world supports people suing each other, right? When you're a creator and someone else makes a video on you, when you sue them, no one looks at it and says, that guy's doing the right thing, right? There's plenty of examples of people suing, or YouTubers suing other YouTubers, where they get scared. Look at BitBoy and Atozy comes first to mind. When Atozy says, this guy's suing me, everyone rallied behind him, not behind BitBoy, right? So suing people is not like the popular thing to do. But Scott Shafer, this is what he said. He kind of explained what he did, and that Caleb just was cooperating in the beginning, but then threatened to sue him.
Unfortunately, that attitude quickly changed when I didn't immediately accept what he had to say as fact. He told me he wasn't interested in doing a Zoom call because he wasn't interested in participating in the internet drama industry, which I found to be quite funny since, in my opinion, his channel is entirely based on drama around other people's finances. He then made his first of many legal threats, stating that, in preparation for your video, we will be ready for legal repercussions for defamatory statements with very clear evidence proving our case.
So this is the big thing right here, right? First of all, threatening someone with a least lawsuit, already went over that. But for this here, saying that, that we'll be ready for legal, and we have the evidence to prove everything. But why not just show that evidence now, right? No one wants to be in these lawsuits. No one wants to go through this insane thing. Lawsuits are not fun for anyone but the lawyers, because they get paid. So why wouldn't you just want to, if Scott Shafer reached out and said, something's going on, and say, oh yeah, I have proof that this guy's crazy. Here's the proof. And if it's evidence and everything looks out, go and either tell your side of the story, or in this example, Scott Shafer even told him, like, if this guy is lying and is crazy, like that's what people have said about the Zeke guy originally, and saying if he's so crazy and you can prove that, just show me what you got for proof, and I won't even make the video anymore. And not even that was enough, where Caleb just said, I'm going to sue you if you do something. So it's just insane. And for this as well, when you're talking about Caleb Hammer suing someone for defamation, first of all, defamation is the hardest thing in the world to actually get someone on, because you have to prove that they put out something in a video with malice, that they knew it was not true and still said that it was true and still acted as if it was true. And realistically, how can you ever prove that? How can you prove that someone knew something was not true, right? You just can't really prove that. So one, already hard. Two, Caleb Hammer is a public figure. Like it or not, when you're a huge YouTuber, when you're a YouTuber in general, you're a public figure, right? So people are going to say things, and if there's allegation stuff, people make videos about you. You're a public figure. This is just what happens. So if you don't like the videos, you can make your own video, making retorts to everything, or showing your evidence, or doing it whatever. Or in this case, in a journalistic type thing, someone reaches out for your side, give them your side, right? That's just the easiest thing to do. In the video before this, when this was just Twitter drama, right, for originally, there were people in this comment section saying, like, oh, he shouldn't have to respond to this, and this doesn't make any, this is stupid. But at the end of the day, if you want your side out there, you have to put it out there. If you don't, then you can't complain and can't get upset if some of the facts are wrong or if your side's not there because you didn't give it. Also, we can look at this message here. This is a big thing. This was like a really weird. I'm not gonna play it because it's so weird. A lot of these clips that Scott Shafer showed are, you know, they're weird, right? It doesn't matter how you think about it. If you love Caleb or a huge fan of him, this message and the message that he shows later on talking about something in a group chat are weird. So not gonna play this thing, but he basically talks about this OnlyFans situation he's got going on, and he could pair this guy up with some OnlyFans model, and you can shoot a video and do this and that and do a bunch of things, and you could get paid, and you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And the weird thing, obviously, is Caleb knows this guy's financial status. They just did this financial audit thing, and he knows that he doesn't have money. He's broke. He's got some debt. He's got a bunch of problems going on. So this, as general, like a general rule of thumb, should be in this financial world that you shouldn't mix an OnlyFans world in it, right? This kind of work together. It's just weird to put someone who is in maybe a bad situation financially into that situation and call it an opportunity for them, right? It's really weird. We also have these messages too, which are insane, right? If you go through, obviously, if you want this full context and to have everything break down, watch Scott Shafer's video. It's a pretty good video to just kind of see what's going on, and everything is just weird. These chats are weird. The way apparently it's Caleb. I mean, obviously nobody knows, right? You can't know for sure, I guess, because everyone has their own aliases here, so it's not their real name. But it does just, it seems weird. All these chats are insanely weird. We could see if we go through some of this stuff. This is not even the worst stuff, like this, like talking about some like 16-year-old kid or something, calling him hot. It's very weird. Keeps talking about this. There's another spot where these guys, he's still trying to defend calling this people hot and stuff, and he posts like an insane graphic image in the chat, and these guys, the other people in there, freaked out. They said I think they kicked like younger people out of the group or tried to shut the group down and start a new one so that people wouldn't see it. But the whole time through this whole thing, Caleb didn't really care. It didn't seem like he cared at all that people didn't want that in that chat, that it wasn't a chat for that, right? I think it was like some musician group or something, some conductor group or something. So instead of having the group be about that, like, we're pushing it towards this weird stuff, posting these pictures and videos, and it's all just insanely weird. And the way he's talking, this whole thing is weird. That is the one word to sum it all up: weird. So I would be interested to know if people switch their opinion or think differently of this whole situation, seeing Scott Shafer's video now, or if the people are super hardcore Caleb fans, if they're still gonna just say, no, it's nothing, doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, Caleb can't be mad at this video if there's something in there that he missed or he thinks should be in there, because he didn't give his side of the story, right? And also, I would be interested to see, does he actually sue Scott Shafer? Because most of the time when people threaten you with that, they don't actually do it. They're using it as a scare tactic. So maybe he will. I think it would be crazy. I think it would be a terrible move. I don't think it would be popular at all on YouTube or social media in general. People would be very against that, as they always are in situations like this. And then that would just backfire against Caleb even harder. So I think even if he wanted to sue Scott, the smarter idea would be to just not do it, because it'll be insanely unpopular. Let me know what you think. Does this context switch anything up for you? If it's change your mind or make you think maybe Caleb's a little weird, right? Or are you sticking to, if you were before supporting Caleb, say none of this matters? That's gonna do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash that button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.